Hello, hello, and welcome to this Pure Madness. How y'all doing? 14 of you, fuck yeah. Yeah, man. Look, so I went through a hell of a roller coaster. So I basically, just like Pirate Psy here, I got into hybrid theory back in 99, 2000 or whatever. But pretty quickly after that, like I was really into that album. Pretty quickly after that, I discovered a band that was a lot better, and has actually sustained me all these years later. And I've actually seen them 11 times in concert now. That's Incubus. Incubus does everything better. Linkin Park is just kind of like honestly, kind of a one-trick pony is what I felt like they were. They can either do it heavy or they can do it soft. Like that's really all it is. That's just my opinion, of course. But I did have massive respect for Chester Bennington. Just as a person, he seemed like a great dude. He'd been through a lot of shit, and he channeled that through music. He had a powerful voice. He was friends with one of my favorite, maybe my favorite vocalist of all time, Chris Cornell. They were buddies. And so that's can't go wrong there. Chester Bennington, out of everybody with that band, like he's kind of the thing that I respected the most. Nonetheless, I dropped out pretty much after Hybrid Theory 2. And I would, a new song would come out, new album, and I'd listen to one song and be like, it's not really anything I haven't heard before. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I guess they started making announcements that there was going to be some kind of something happening. There was a countdown on their website, and then I watched some of the rock channels that I watch on YouTube, keep up with. I watched, see what happened. What are they counting down to? It's kind of expected it was going to be some kind of comeback. Which I was all for. Like, I'm not somebody who believes that they should not have kept going. Some bands can pull it off, some can't. I don't, honestly believe that Chester probably wouldn't have wanted them to stop for his sake. You know what I mean? So that's probably the way that the logic they came to as well. And it was 7 years. That's 7 years of just like mad respect of not doing anything as Linkin Park. Besides, I think they released a best of album or whatever. Nonetheless, there was a countdown, counted down to 0, and then it started counting up from 0, which was confusing, and nothing else happened. Well, in hindsight now, it's because the name of the album that's coming out in November is From Zero. Okay, clever. But yeah, so then night before last, I guess they had they debuted their new lineup, which consists of everybody's the same except for 2 people, obviously one. And then the drummer, he declined to be part of it, the original drummer. So they have a new drummer now. And the new singer is, Emily Armstrong. I'd never heard of her. So yeah, like, so I'll tell you what, I'll show you what I saw first, which was some of their performance the other night. It seemed like it was kind of a small little thing they put together, internet only, except for the handful of people that were probably friends of whatever that were in the audience. Keyboard. Okay, so yeah, they got a new album called From Zero, new single called The Emptiness Machine, and try to find a good song to showcase her, be as fair as possible, because when I first heard her, I was like, wow. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna have somebody, that's not obviously not replace Chester, but like somebody, that's gonna take up vocals or other vocals, because man, Mike Shinoda cannot hold it down on his own when it comes to singing. He's see, I thought Crawling was the one she sucked on. I thought she sucked on Crawling. No. I'm sorry. You're right. She was good on crawling. It was one step closer. She fucking sucked on. That's what it was. I was like, no. But she does have a pretty similar voice. Like the range, it seems like the kind of raspiness to her aggressive singing is a lot like his was. And I was like, okay, I can see that. You know, they're not trying to like reinvent the wheel, but it does have a slight different take to it, obviously, because she's a woman and got a different timbre, but still reminiscent. That's pretty clever. That was a good way to go. And I was actually on board with it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give Linkin Park a shot again. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna, you know, maybe this is my chance to get back into these guys. They're older too. You know, maybe they've wizened up a little musically. They aren't just doing this kind of same shtick. Maybe I don't know, but no, they kind of are. Nonetheless, here's a. What song? What song? Oh yeah, I'm seeing other people here talking about it now. Okay. Talking about the thing we haven't talked about yet. Cool. Okay, so here's a YouTube short of Numb. Song Numb. Not from Incubus, baby. Not from Incubus. No, actually, they kind of did. Even with Incubus, it kind of turned. What's up, Ed? By the way, it kind of turned into. He stopped doing scratches as much as just like kind of effects and kind of like, and then eventually he moved on to just doing like keyboards and stuff. So you're kind of right. Even Incubus, who did maintain their keyboardist, I mean their turntablist, he also changed up a lot of what he was doing. Oh God, I didn't know anything about his AI stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense, dude, that they would be into that shit. If I can be completely honest with you, if I can be completely honest, I've always felt like Linkin Park was a little bit thin, like their musicality is thin. Like they have some decent instincts, musical instincts. I feel like, you know, the songwriting is kind of there, uh, you know, but just lyrically and then musically, it's always just been like, I don't know, a step or two kind of behind where I want music that I listen to be. And I hope we don't lose our friendship because of this, Lucifer. All right. Not why did they single that part out? That's not very good. Look, I mean, I'll be honest. So the music you were hearing right at the beginning of the stream, that was my old band back in the day, and we used to be some real dickheads about bands like Linkin Park. It sounds all right, but it doesn't sound like, you know, I was granting before I knew anything else about it. I was just like, you know what? She sounded like she was kind of nervous, maybe, and why wouldn't she be? Of course, she would be nervous. Like you're not going to step into a situation like that and not be nervous, unless maybe you're some kind of fucking sociopathic Scientologist who also supported Danny Masterson and defended him against the grape allegations, of which he had several. Yeah, you might be a psycho then. So let's talk about that part. Yeah, I'm not going to be supporting this band. I'm going to be. Look, honestly, I'd support Limp Bizkit before I'd support that shit right now. There's a couple of spots where she sounded way better than that. I honestly feel like I should, just to be fair, before we get into the to the shit talking, that I should be more fair and find a better thing here. Let's see. Let's just check out the Emptiness Machine music video. How about that? Sounds good. It's a decent melody. I like that melody just fine. The lyrics have always come off a little bit trite with Linkin Park. The music is just like, they could have put this out on an album 15 years ago. It's not, I'm just spoiled to the bands I listen to. I think I've always sought out bands that are always trying new shit and trying to surprise you and trying to, one up themselves with what they're able to do. And, this just sounds like this could have been on any Linkin Park album, obviously minus the vocalist situation. Sounds pretty good there. It's just, obviously it's easier to sound good in a studio than it does live. I actually liked One More Light. That was the one I liked the most out of everything after Hybrid Theory. I was like, oh, there's some, kind of stripped down stuff. I like, what was that one song? I think it was called One More Light. That was the song, right? It's pretty good. So she's from some band called Dead Sarah, I think. That's what it's called. Don't know anything about them. Yeah. So, okay. Heavy was the single. Okay. That's fucking great. That's good. The Blink 182 of nu metal. Hella melodic, but basic instrumentation and songwriting executed with high precision. That's fucking excellent description. Yeah, it's like they're the kind of, they were always band that, like, I always wanted to like them more than I did. You know what I mean? Except for the time period when I was really, putting everything into my music and in my band and everything, and we became some real elitist dickheads about bands like Linkin Park, about a lot of the local bands where we came up. We would just talk mad shit on them. It was fun. Yeah, Offspring's still good doing it, huh? Yeah, I mean, like, what's his name? Dexter's literally like a fucking astrophysicist or some bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, I always liked at the end of the Transformers movie, whenever the Linkin Park song starts playing, I thought, that was good. It had a good vibe to it every time. Optimus Prime would say some shit, and then Linkin Park would fucking. Anyway, all right. So, what's up with this chick here? I went to Reddit because I was just curious what the Linkin Park fandom is thinking, because I don't consider myself part of the Linkin Park fandom, but it's like, what are they saying? And I immediately saw some shit that I was like, what? What is this about? And apparently this is now becoming the conversation in the Linkin Park fandom as well. My name is Optimus Prime. We are here. We are waiting. What I've done. No. I used to like some Mudvayne a lot, man. I like Slipknot more now. Like some of their recent albums I've liked a lot, but like back in the day when somebody be like, you like Slipknot? I'd be like, fuck Slipknot. Mudvayne does the same shit with just fucking 3 musicians. They don't need 12 guys up there fucking, beating on cans and stuff. Mudvayne is doing it. Yeah, Linkin Park is more like is on the pop end of nu metal. You know, POD, man, I could never get into them because they're all Jesus-y. I know. I used to make fun of the beating on cans thing with Slipknot. Now it's like that song. There's a song called Kill Pop from was it the Gray Chapter? And right whenever he fucking he hits this can at the right moment, it's like, yes, fucking love that can hit. Okay, Reddit doesn't want to load. Cool. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Of course. Of course I have. Ginger's fucking dope. I like Ginger. She's pretty badass, that singer. Some of it didn't. You know, I mean, like, honestly, um, a lot of stuff got lumped in with nu metal that really shouldn't have been. Incubus being one of them. System of a Down was another one. You know, there's just kind of like the evolution of metal that was happening at the time. You know, some of the same sensibilities, or at least willingness to branch outside of the traditional metal norms. Just all got lumped in as nu metal because it was like Korn and Limp Bizkit were mega popular. So everything else that was heavy and not like traditional metal or whatever just became called nu metal. I like some Chevelle. You know, my one I've seen Chevelle twice in concert. My one thing about Chevelle that I don't get it, man. I never know what the fuck he's singing about. His lyrics are in fucking, they're not crackable unless you like go do some research or whatever. I mean, I've looked into that tour to see if that was like a cash grab, if they were being some shitty fuckers with that. It doesn't seem so. It seems like they're doing doing Wayne Static some respect. Not that I was ever a big Static X fan. I was, a fan of the first album, Wisconsin Death Trip. It's pretty cool, but Emily Armstrong Scientology mega thread. Info has come to light that Emily Armstrong is part of the Church of Scientology. It's a valid topic to discuss, but it's flooding this subreddit, so just discuss it here. So they're waiting on Linkin Park. Some people are wanting them to address it, and like, what's to address? The only thing that I feel like is valid here is for her to say that she's not a Scientologist, and to say that she made a mistake by standing up for Danny Masterson. That's the only thing that could fucking move the needle on for me. Dude, I'm from the area UGK is from. I'll just say that, but a lot closer than just area. God damn it, fuck. Yeah, we'll see what we can find here. Um, so there's people here now that are saying the lyrics in the new song are maybe addressing something about being in a cult. I don't know. I would need to know that for sure. So apparently she was born into Scientology, which does change it a little bit, you know. She's not some dipshit that as an adult human being decided to join Scientology. Nirvana didn't end with Kurt. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Has there been some Nirvana going around that I wasn't aware of? See, but apparently my girlfriend was telling me that apparently now Rome is not singing with them anymore. That poor Rome's got to go out on his own because apparently now Bradley Nowell's son is singing for them on tour. I haven't looked into that. Who kept making? No, they didn't. That Nirvana literally ended. They ended. His son came in and joined. Okay, so that's true. Cool. I mean, not that I doubt my girlfriend or anything. I just haven't looked into the details. You know what? You know another band, a '90s band, one of the big grunge bands that I think pulled it off. Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains is their new guy. I mean, like Jerry Cantrell sings way more with this duo of vocalists than he would whenever Lane Staley was alive. It's more like the balance is about like the last album that Lane Staley was on, the Four-Legged Dog album, self-titled. Lane Staley was singing a little bit less on that one, and he didn't sound so great in some spots because he was already, you know, fucking killing himself slowly. I mean, Helmet's all right. I never really got super into him, but yeah, it's pretty lame. Has everybody seen that? Everybody knows what Scientology is about, right? And not even the funny stuff. Like, I listened to a podcast about it not long ago. Essentially, that South Park episode diminished the shit out of Scientology. They have had a lot of problems recruiting since then because before the internet, basically, before social media, they could recruit people because you couldn't go and look and see what they believe. You had to like pay the money and then move up in levels, and then by the time you fucking get to the point where they're telling you about Xenu and shit, you've already paid in so much money. You're fucking already brainwashed essentially. But with the, you know, social media, internet stuff, like people could just look it up, and not as many people fall for it. Essentially, Scientology is kind of like Comicsgate. Yeah, there's Scientologists just like there's Comicsgaters, and they might pick up some new people here and there, but they're not going to fucking grow in any kind of like, you know, real way probably ever again. And for the same reasons, because everybody knows what they're about. Anyway, nowadays, Scientology is essentially a slave trade. It's a slave running thing. Like they have a bunch of fucking slaves, people who work for, you know, pennies, if anything. They work at the whim of what's his name? You know, David Miscavige. And then apparently Tom Cruise is not fully aware of everything that goes on. Apparently they keep him pretty isolated from information. That's supposedly what the deal is. But he is, however, the beneficiary of slave labor. Tom Cruise is. You know, there was like some story about he wanted some kind of garden or something like that. And Miscavige, who lives to just please him, Tom Cruise. He's like his whole thing is like keep Tom Cruise happy. He's the one good one. He's the super successful movie star that everybody loves. So we got to keep him, looking good, feeling good. And apparently he just like within a couple of days, he had called in a bunch of Scientologists and just made them do a bunch of fucking back-breaking labor to, I don't know, pave over something, or like, I don't know, basically make a garden or some shit. Not my favorite album, but they're pretty badass back then. There's a couple of good songs on that one that I really like. Yeah, they could have been. We're not young anymore. We're adults. We're going to be Linkin Park spelled correctly. Well, hold the fuck up, man. What do I think of atheists? You find they force their beliefs too? Atheism. I'm an atheist, dude. Like, have I forced my beliefs on you? You should probably not speak in generalities this way, man. Like, I mean, atheism isn't a belief, though. I really would like to have a conversation about this kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Calling atheism a belief is like calling not skydiving a hobby. You know, I don't wake up every day and go, "Oh, I'm going to be an atheist today. I'm going to do all my atheist stuff." Oh, what are my atheist obligations today? You know, I got to tell people to, worship atheism. No, it's just a thing I don't do. It's like you just take this shit out of my life and now I don't think about it. Like, I mean, that one. So Scientology, I've always said Scientology and Mormonism are the two that, like, we literally have American records of both of these guys that started this essentially being fucking grifters and con men before they ever started their religion. You know, there's records of L. Ron Hubbard and what he said. There's, of him saying, oh yeah, if I really wanted to make money, I'd start a religion. There's fucking records of Joseph Smith, being arrested several times prior to, finding fucking golden plates in the ground or whatever that only he could read or some shit, grifting people, scamming, being a fucking fraudster. It's literally not a belief, though. Like, that's actually incorrect. It is not a belief. I don't believe in anything to do with atheism. I just don't believe in things that I don't have evidence to believe. Right. You're either convinced by God claims or you're not. If you are, you're a theist. If you're not, you're an atheist. Simple. True. It is disgraceful, right? I agree. You know what? I'll say this about L. Ron Hubbard. I'm gonna give him a compliment. As far as I know, and I've listened to several podcasts and read a good bit about Scientology and stuff, he's like the one cult guy who didn't use it to SA people. I think. If anybody thinks I'm mistaken on that, let me know. But like he didn't SA people. Cult leaders always SA people. I'm not. I'm literally not sure. You hear me saying if you have something that says otherwise, please tell me. But like, he used to, I mean, it's weird because he liked to have young kids that would work on his boat and stuff like that. And when you first hear about that, you're like, oh man, was he diddling those kids or something? It's like, apparently not. Miscavige did though, huh? Oh shit. Kiss little girls? No, don't do that. Don't kiss little girls, man. That's not cool. Don't Biden that shit. Like, yeah. Yeah, where the fuck is Shelly, David? Jesus Christ, where is fucking Shelly? Holy shit. Actually, there's some movement on that. Apparently, there are people that believe she's at, I forget what it is, but some specific location that they think that she's just there. No. No. Well, I mean, so why though? Why do you believe in some sort of source? What makes you believe in that? I'm not saying you're wrong or anything bad for doing that. I'm just curious. I used to kind of say that I was there has to be something, right? Because that was before I understood the God of the Gaps fallacy. God of the Gaps fallacy is like basically anything you don't understand, it's easy to just you got some gap of knowledge, or it's in some area, it's easy to take God and stuff him right in there, or a God entity or whatever, right? So yeah, the thing with Emily Armstrong is that she apparently she went to the court for Danny Masterson's I guess his grape trials, and was defended him. I mean, is it really though? How is it too perfect? What about cancer, dude? What about fucking babies that die? What about fucking dogs getting run over and shit? What about like right now I'm dealing with this situation. I'm having this guy that lives in my apartment building. I've been dealing with the cops because he fucking pulled a gun on me. And the reason he pulled a fucking gun on me is because I was getting onto him about beating his fucking dogs. These beautiful huskies, blue eyes, white huskies are fucking gorgeous dogs. And he was beating the shit out of them several, like every day, basically out in front of everybody. And I confronted him about it, and he fucking pulled a gun on me. Why does that shit happen? Is that perfect? You know what I mean? And then if he goes to fucking jail or whatever, those dogs, I wish I could take them, but I can't. They're going to end up going to the fucking Humane Society, and they probably, they're probably like traumatized and aggressive because they've been beaten. You know what's going to happen to those? You know? Oh, is this new? Is this really? Oh no. So okay, so the Mars Volta is one of my favorite bands. I mean, really, just a couple of their albums are like some of the fucking best music ever. Their first two albums in particular, fucking excellent. And then also their fourth one. So their first, second, and fourth albums. Deloused in the Comatorium, Francis the Mute, and what was the fourth one? Fucking shit. The Bedlam and Goliath. What's the source? Man, I was not expecting to have so much engagement over music today. This is awesome. I'm fucking loving it. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, they're the source. Okay, I see. Why do you think that though? Are you like an astrophysicist? Do you understand? Do you have something to explain why? Explain. Can you explain to me? Can you explain to me why the Big Bang had to be caused by something? I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just don't know that there's a way to say that. I think that it's actually just as likely that it was something that happened from whatever was before the universe. Yep. Agnostics. It's true. They're like, I don't know. I just don't. Kind of like, you know what? That's true. But then you also made the claim, though, that we wouldn't have had the Big Bang if not for something causing it. So that is saying something that's not proven. I'm sorry, Lucifer. I know that you're here for Linkin Park. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what we're going to be doing tonight on the second stream of the day. Right. It's not just religion. I mean, shit, you can brainwash people into thinking that if you are supportive of a system that allows, people who already have money to get more money, that somehow that's going to benefit you when you don't have any money. You can convince people that that's a thing that's real. Yeah, our parents fucking causes that. Our parents fucked. Your dad put his penis in your mom's vagina and thrusted repeatedly until he ejaculated. That's what caused it. I'm gonna play some music while I look for some more information on this shit. Okay. Since it is a music stream. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do on the second part of the stream tonight.
Soon as you're born, they make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. So the pain is so big you feel nothing at all. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. They hurt you at home and they hit you at school. They hate if you're clever and they despise a fool. Till you're so fucking crazy you can't follow their rules. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. When they've tortured and scared you for 20 odd years, then they expect you to pick a career when you can't really function, you're so full of fear. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. Keep you doped with religion and sex and TV. And you think you're so clever and classless and free. But you're all fucking peasants as far as I can see.
Okay. So I just learned that apparently Emily Armstrong is a lesbian. Apparently.
Working class hero is something to be. There's room at the top, they're telling you still. First you must learn how to.
What does it matter if what she believes? Because Scientology is a literal fucking harmful cult that uses that has slaves. And then that's one thing. I could maybe kind of I could rationalize that to some degree, especially since she's been in it since birth. I could probably rationalize that if like the music was really excellent or something. I'd be like, that's fine, I'll deal with it. But the thing that I will not tolerate, nobody should, is that she actually went to bat for Danny Masterson, in court, despite his grape allegations. Very well, essentially a lot of evidence behind those, basically inside Scientologists all kind of came to his defense. And apparently a lot of them knew that he had done the shit, and he did do the shit on more than a few times. It was like an open secret within Scientologists. That's the kind of problems that arise in a cult like this, because their main goal is to protect the cult from outsiders or whatever. So everybody's trying to hurt them or whatever. And it's like, well, no, people are just trying to get you to not be pieces of shit. Just, it doesn't matter what you believe. Don't be a piece of shit. Don't fucking cover up grapes. Don't do grapes. Don't use slave labor. But they do that shit. So like, it matters what she believes, because I don't want to fucking support a band that, and another aspect of it is this. Chester Bennington was well-known survivor of CSA, and he was a victim advocate for CSA, and that probably was a good bit of what led to his addiction issues and stuff like that. And eventually, so like to have somebody like her in the band in his place is pretty fucking insulting, so yeah, it matters. It's not just in a vacuum she believes some shit and let's just not think about it. That's what I was reading here, and I don't know if I should keep reading in this Linkin Park subreddit, because some of this might just be really hardcore cope. Because there are people that are convinced that the lyrics to the Emptiness Machine is about her like wanting to get out of the cult or whatever. No, it's not. That's not what it is. Are you an atheist? Is that how you view your atheism? I'm an atheist, and I don't believe that there is no God. I don't believe there is a God. It's a lack of belief. They're LP pills. Are there a lot of yeah? Are there a lot of people that are like rejecting it because of the Chester thing? Just like the fact that they won't accept anything that's not Chester, obviously. We don't know. The album's not out yet. Lots of misogyny too. Oh, of course. Of course. No, it's not nihilism, because nihilism is not specifically related to believing in God or not. Nihilism is having no beliefs, period, about anything. You don't care about anything. That's not what I'm saying. I care a lot about a lot of things. There are a lot of things that I care very much about, obviously. Yeah, that's not nihilism. Oh yeah, I thought about literally, I thought about putting in the title of the thing, just being like, "Oh look, they ruined it because they made it." You know what? If I would have known that if I would have known that she's actually a lesbian beforehand, and I've still not confirmed on that, but if I'd known that if she was, and I knew it before I titled the stream, I 100% would have titled it, "They put a chick in it and made it gay." 100%. Right, right. Yep, yep, yep. Just put a chick in it and make it gay. Linkin Park too. Why not? What's funny though is that going back to a good band that I brought up right at the beginning, Incubus, they got a new member recently who is also a lady. Well, I mean, the people that are probably coping, they're actually making good points. If it were actually this that was going on, if we had any evidence of this, it would make sense. But like, if she's joining Linkin Park, it's a very beloved band. There are millions and millions of fucking devoted fans all over the world.
This is a reminder.
She would have lots of support. The band themselves, the fans. It'd be a pretty good position to be in if she actually did want to leave Scientology. Oh, Ben Kinney had a brain tumor, and she came on to fill in on tour while Ben Kinney was recovering from having his brain tumor removed. But then I guess while he was recovering, he decided that he was just he didn't want to come back to the band. I don't think anything dramatic happened. I think they're all still friends and everything, but he just wanted to do his own thing. Oh God. Oh, you said probably. My bad. I thought that was something that's actually happening, and it probably is. You're probably right. I hope Ben Kinney makes more solo music. That dude's fucking super talented. Whenever I played guitar first, and then whenever I started switching over to bass for the band that I ended up playing, semi-professionally in, I was listening to a lot of Ben Kinney and Incubus, obviously, but like Ben Kinney's solo stuff in particular, because I don't know, I just like how he plays bass, a little bit like a guitar. It's kind of interesting. Yep, that's exactly right. That's true. That's where the science is at. All right, so we're coming up on an hour here. No, I don't like it. I don't like him. I don't like his music. I think he's a shit fuck. Not a fan. But I better wash my fucking mouth on here so he doesn't sue me. Because he's suing Anthony Fantana. I don't know if you know about that. Look, and the thing is, Fantano does have a pretty huge platform, and he was a little bit careless with what he said. I don't know about Jelly Roll. What is Jelly Roll? I think that's on whoever that is. That's on Eminem's new album. I'm just not sure what it is. Jelly Roll's his man. Okay. You're good, man. I don't know what you don't need to be apologizing. It's fine. You started a conversation. It's nothing to feel bad about. As long as you we're open to what was discussed. Right. Yeah. They're literally they are bulletproof, man. I don't think you can be gay in Scientology. That's the thing. If she is lesbian and she's openly a lesbian, then that might be a cause of like her wanting. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess we'll either find out or we won't going forward. But there's your AF music stream. I'm gonna play some more music, like a video here before we get the fuck out of here. Oh wait, what's this? What is this? Oh dear. I bet it's all supportive and shit, but let's see. No audio for you? My bad. Yeah, I turned it off. Whoopsie. Let's check it out again.
Are true. Linkin Park is back. Everybody's talking about one of rock's biggest and most beloved bands returning to the stage at the special fan event where they introduced their new singer, Emily Armstrong. They debuted a new song live called The Emptiness Machine, and they now have their 8th studio album, brand new record called From Zero, releasing on November 5th. That is not all, though.
There's
They're
still
also
no sound? Are you kidding me?
going on the From Zero World Tour.
Is there still no sound? Okay.
And you don't have to wait 6 months. They're going on that like next week, playing at the Kia Forum in LA. Then they're heading over to New York to perform. Then they go to Germany. Then they go to London. Then they go to South Korea. And then they go to Colombia, I think. And that's just in the next few weeks. We don't have any other dates confirmed, but I'm strongly believe there will be more dates coming as the interest of this is just off the charts. The new song released just a very short time ago has millions of views already. The live stream they did already has millions of views. It's just the numbers are off the charts. Of course, Linkin Park has over 40 million monthly listeners on Spotify as well. So despite all of those years of inactivity, there is still a massive public interest in this band. And, you know, just to give you a comparable number, another huge band, Foo Fighters, a band that I love, they've got 20 million monthly listeners, and they're a gargantuan band. They're huge. So it just gives you an idea of just how big of a band Linkin Park is and how much they mean to people around the world. So their new singer, Emily Armstrong, comes out and performs, and people feel really strongly, either strongly in support of, they like her vocals, they think she's great, or people who aren't sure, they're not sure if they're ready to hear a different singer in Linkin Park, or, you know, or they don't like the vocals, whatever it is. The reality is everybody's talking about Linkin Park right now, and it's trending everywhere. So what I want to do is go to reaction that we have coming in. So many musicians are talking about this, and Linkin Park is one of those bands that's so well respected by their peers.
Why you gotta shit on my hopes and dreams?
There's a lot of huge musicians that are out.
I was really hoping that somebody would talk shit. I mean, you know, besides Cedric and his wife, but they very much have a right to. So we're just gonna keep it on old mute ski here and see what we see. Who the fuck is that? Oh, okay. Shine Down. Yeah, I muted it on purpose this time. The one thing that I did like about how Mike introduced the band the other night was he introduced the band, and then whenever he introduced Emily as being like singing or whatever, and then after he'd introduced all the members, he said, and filling the role of filling Chester's role tonight is you. And I was like, that's pretty clever. That's pretty good, you know. Oh God, yeah. I mean, I don't like Shinedown. I think they're kind of lame. That's just me. Okay, see, then you got Machine Gun Kelly, and like, who the fuck cares what Machine Gun Kelly thinks? It doesn't matter. It's about not. I don't want to support things that or people that have fucked up ethics. Like, she literally went to bat to defend Danny Masterson despite all of the evidence that he had done these several grapes. Okay. Several grapes over several years, and she went to bat for him. Just but then that could be because she's been in this cult since she was born. It's upsetting. It's all fucking shitty and gross, and I don't know. But I'm not going to support it. I mean, if for no other reason than I'm just not as into Linkin Park as I would need to be to get over any of this shit about her. So. All right, now that we got that out of the way, listen to some fucking real music. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking real music. All right, you guys. Tonight we're gonna be. I'm gonna be doing going back to some basics a little bit on anti-fandom. Figure in light of recent events, recent revelations, it's maybe worth it to kind of go back to the basics and explain what is anti-fandom, why, how do we see this thing that we make our content about, why do we think it's a problem, why how do you identify anti-fandom versus fandom? Who am I to decide what the hell is what? Who am I to decide blah blah blah? Those kind of questions that some people have, and they're valid questions. Because if anybody new is following the channel now based on the stuff that's come out, then I welcome you. You don't have to agree with me on everything. You don't have to be woke, because I'm not that either, because I don't know what the fuck it means. It doesn't mean anything. But you do have to be respectful of the community that is awesome, that I have in around me, my audience. So don't be shitty to my community. Don't be shitty to me or anybody that's on my streams. And you can hang out and learn. And you can ask questions and stuff too. But, bro, you fucking spoiled me off the Tom Bombadil front. God damn it. I didn't know. I gotta go watch this Tom Bombadil shit now, though, because holy shit. That's where it's at. Boop, let's go.
missing it all alone. Is it coincidence that the craziest fools have the strongest belief that they're right? Without all due respect, there's a three-headed monster that's eating your children alive. Where did this all go wrong? Hear what I'm talking to, what I say to you when you listen. What's I'm missing it all along, all along. Every single day, I have less and less to say. Are you so sure you're right? Sure you're right. See things beyond your sight. Out of sight. Is it safe to assume that the greatest unknown is inside you and forcing your hand? But do you feel warm inside when you think about crushing the things that you don't understand? Every single.
That's unfair. There's actually people that do like Nickelback. There are people that like Nickelback, believe it or not. I don't think there's anybody that's just like, fuck yeah, JD Vance. Unless, you're talking about people that are in that fucking Heritage Foundation.
This all go wrong? Was I missing it all
Look, Nickelback's first album is fucking good, guys. I hate to tell you. It's good. Todd in the Shadows has a pretty good video about Nickelback from not long ago. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. It kind of explains why they became so insufferable. Like, because they are not good anymore. And it's like, that seems to be, that's not because they just suck. They're not like, it's not like untalented. It's that they decided to just kind of make this formulaic kind of thing, and just, it's really, it's just, you know what it is? The thing that defines why they're not great? Uninspired. That's what happened. It became uninspired. You know?
I haven't even been playing. Can I sing you one of my songs? Yeah.
All right. By the way, you're all lovely people. You should like and subscribe if you're not. And you know what I'm saying? Do that shit. Do that shit. I'm trying to find this one thing here. Tonight we're going to be talking about, like I said, anti-fandom a bit. We're also going to be talking about probably some Rings of Power, you know. But yeah. What else we got? Oh, I don't know if you saw these pictures that came out. It's kind of damning. This stuff came out. It's like, whoa, I can't believe this. There it is. It's right there. You got critical drinker, nerdrotic, hanging out with, confirmed Russian fucking agent, disinfo agent, Benny Johnson. They're wearing stereotypical, Russian hats. Drinker, he's switched from his Jack Daniels to Smirnoff. You got Gary, he's fucking playing Russian roulette. They're in front of the Kremlin. And then, Putin's right there, just like overlooking them, smiling confidently. It couldn't look worse, is what I'm saying. It couldn't look worse for these guys. Three Doors Down are Trumpers now? That's lame. Look, I had to delete it off of my shit too before playlists on digital music existed. I will say that I did have that fucking album when I was a kid, and I was just learning guitar, and I got my guitar teacher to teach me how to play it, and it's a pretty embarrassing thing to admit, but yeah. Critical ski drinkerly what? Drink. That's dumb, but my kind of dumb, so I appreciate it. All right, you guys are cool. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. I'm gonna see you in about, what time is it? About 3 hours. I'll be back. Whole new stream though. I'm not doing what I did last time where I keep the stream going. It's gonna be a new stream. See you then.